Day 8 of Browns training camp in the books here in Berea. Dan-Labbe along with Mary-Kay-Cabot. And Mary-Kay, of course, the big news today, Johnny Manziel finally gets first-team reps. It was apparently part of the plan, according to Coach Pettin, but still a little bit of a surprise to see it today.
Yeah, I think the most surprising part was that he stepped up there for the first team reps ahead of Brian Hoyer and stayed that way the whole entire day. And of course, it was all the buzz in Berea today and actually around the whole nation once everyone saw that Johnny Manziel was in there. But then, we talked to Coach Pettin afterwards and he said they will alternate days. So when we show up tomorrow, Brian Hoyer might be in there with the first team. And the other significant thing is the fact that he said Brian Hoyer is still likely to start in Detroit on Saturday.
Yes, he said likely to start. Not 100%, though. I think a lot of people assumed that Brian Hoyer would kind of be your 100% starter on Saturday. Did that surprise you that he didn't commit to him?
Well, that's a little bit of a change because the last we heard that barring unforeseen circumstances, Brian Hoyer would be the starter. Now it's, well, you know what, he probably will start, but it's not 100%.
Okay. Other news, Josh Gordon was here today. His hearing is expected to continue as well. What can you tell us about the Gordon situation, and does it mean anything that he was here in Berea and not in New York?
Well, I don't think, that means too much, except for the fact that I think it's a good sign that the appeal hearing was continued into today. I think that if this was an open and shut case and they were ready to just close the books on Josh Gordon, that would have happened after almost 10 hours of deliberation on Friday. The fact that Harold Henderson, the arbitrator, is having them back today. Now, Josh will participate by phone from here. He actually left practice a few minutes early to go in and do that. I think that's a good sign. I think it means they're really taking into consideration what these guys are saying.
Now, the offense, again, struggled a little bit today. Overall, what did you think of Manziel working with the first team and Hoyer working with the second team?
Well, Johnny continued to struggle. He did a few nice things, but he was picked off in his team drills. In his 2-minute chance, he went 3 and out. So I think he got a chance to see what it's like when you ratchet up the competition a little bit and you're working against the first team defense. He had a pass broken up right at the goal line by Joe Hayden. Those are the kind of cornerbacks that he will be facing, and I think he got a chance to see the speed of the defense, what it's like when you have Paul Kruger batted down a pass at the line of scrimmage. So now he's going to see what it's like to try to get those passes over some of these really, really big guys. So I think it's good for him to get this first team work, and he struggled a little bit. Brian Hoyer did some nicer things today. Actually, I thought had a little bit of a better day, but again, he was working with the second team offense against the second team defense. In his 2-minute chance, he put a field goal on the board. He had a nice catch and run, a play action pass to Willie Snead. And so all in all, a pretty good day for Brian.
You mentioned Snead. You try to look for guys in camp that kind of stand out, kind of try and take advantage of opportunities. Snead seems like a guy who's in a position to do that. Had a nice catch today from Hoyer. Talk a little bit about what you saw from Snead.
He's just one of those guys. There's always a player that just lights it up in camp. Now, of course, you want to see it carry over into the games, but he's that guy this year. He's the it guy. He's the it rookie. And everyone's talking about Willie Snead and some of the nice plays that he's making. He showed up in the scrimmage the other day, and he's showing up consistently in practice today. He did the right thing, made the right move, and was able to get into the end zone in team drills from Brian Hoyer. So look for more from Willie Snead.
Defense gets the orange jerseys. Who stood out to you? It looked like Pierre Desir had a nice day. Who else stood out to you defensively?
Well, you're right about Pierre Desir. I saw him break up 2 passes. He's starting to come on strong. The coaches have asked him to step it up, and he looks good. Dante Whitner had a pick today off of a tipped ball, and so Dante's looking very good too.
That'll do it from Berea. I'm Dan-Labbe. She is Mary-Kay-Cabot. We'll be back with you tomorrow with Browns training camp updates.